I had to record. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Now, everybody, please breathe in, breathe out with me because this session is going to be a roller coaster ride. Okay. Breathe in, hold it for a second, and then breathe out. Yes. So, 3 days back, I was at my grandparents' house. My grandfather started telling the same story for the 32nd time to me. He was 20 years old when Mughal-e-Azam released. He wanted to watch the film, but he didn't have enough money. So he took a loan of 5 rupees from his friend. His friend asked, "What happened, Mr. Murthy? Like, is there any necessity at home? Or are you running short of money to run your family?" My grandfather was ashamed to answer it because he wanted it to watch a film. He was feeling so guilty. He took a loan of 5 rupees just to watch a film that haunted his mind the whole night. Next day, he returned back the 5 rupees and then he never watched films again. This story, though I heard it for the 32nd time, I thought, why not listen to everybody's stories? Because I am the comforting person. I listen and I bank it inside me. Your secrets are safe with me. Now, what is a confession? Confession is an admission of guilt. Simplifying that, it necessarily need not be bad at all times. There are some situations or things in your life which are good, bad, ugly, or beautiful, which you will never share with anybody else. They get stored inside your memory lane, and once you visit that lane, it's all smiles. On the other hand, there are others. You let them out, and your face turns pink. You are embarrassed. You just shy away and you walk away from them. Now, these are what I want to talk about. So this session will go on. I'll tell you my story. You tell me your story. Deal? Yeah. One for me, one from you all. Now, the first story. Let's all get back to where it started, where our lives started. School. Now, I was in my primary school. I request you all to unmute yourselves and answer one question. Do you all know what comes on the first Sunday of August?
Sunday of August.
Yes, no?
Give us a clue.
Your birthday?
It's related to friends. That's the biggest clue.
Friends Day.
Friendship Day?
Yeah, Friendship Day. So we used to tie friendship bands to everybody because it's a Sunday. We used to tie it on Saturday, and there was this thing going in our school that whoever gets more number of bands or friendship rings or whatever, is the most popular one and is the most friendly one. So what we used to do is, whoever gets less number of friendship bands, we used to steal from others. Which I'm really not proud of now. But yeah, we used to steal from others, or we used to buy extra bands for ourselves. So this is one thing which I'm really embarrassed to tell. And I request you all to tell me one story from your school time. Anybody? See, now this has to be interactive. If you all will not volunteer, I will call upon your names now.
Better to call their name.
Yeah. Toastmaster Devjani Ghosh, the general evaluator of the day.
Yes, I was about to unmute. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, you are.
I was about to unmute and share. In my school days, my father used to give some pocket money, like to take the bus and come. It was not so far walkable distance. I used to save that money to come out from the school. In Kolkata, we call it as fuchka, pani puri. Without telling my parents, we used to go there with a group gang of the girls having fuchka, like from the right and left. The imli water used to fall on our dress. And after eating, the whole money will go, and then I will carry my heavy bag without taking the bus. I used to walk and come back home. So that was still I remember, and though I don't allow my children to do all this, but I did all the not. I was a very big, means naughty number in the school. So that I could remember now from the school.
Do your parents know about this now?
Yeah, they knew it that time also, and they could see from my dress, they could make out what happened at the end of the day. So, but I couldn't help myself. The moment I will come out of the school, that aroma, fuchka aroma will take me to there. So I hope many of you are having. And then when there will be rainfall in monsoon, we will jump on the muddy puddles and come back home. So that also another part we cannot resist ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So my second story goes like this. The second part is guilty pleasure. So guilty pleasure is something which you are not so proud of, but you do it just for the pleasure, just for the sake of doing it. That will make you happy. So my guilty pleasure is I was not allowed to dance or sing in school because I was very good at it. I just didn't want to be a competition to others, so I was not allowed to do it. I used to lock up the door. I used to put music, and I used to dance. Not used to, I do that even now. And no, I really can't move my leg. I was an athlete. The only thing I know is I know how to run, I know how to jump, but I really can't move my leg. I can't shake a hip of mine, but I still dance. Yeah, but still I dance. Now, can anybody tell me what your guilty pleasure is? And I dance for item songs whose lyrics are really cheap. Not cheap, but you're embarrassed to listen to them in front of anybody else. So I dance to those numbers. Now, come on, ladies. Who's going to do this?
Can I share one guilty pleasure?
Yes.
Because nobody is unmuting, so that's why. In the school or any time, if somebody I don't like or scolding me a lot, and so I used to do the mimicry of that person. I will close the door in front of the mirror. Nicely, I will do mimicry of that person so that all anger used to come out and I got a big relaxation. Even in the classroom also, if some teacher used to come and punish us a lot, we will close the door and nicely I will show her mimicry to the children, not the children, my classmates. And they used to laugh a lot. Through that anger used to come out, and this was my guilty pleasure.
You were the favorite classmate. Yeah.
Others also should say.
Exactly.
You're looking, I want to hear a lot of stories. Come on, all of you must be having some guilt pleasures, okay?
I'll say one.
One statement from everybody. I want to know everybody's secrets today.
I would like to add one from my side.
Yeah.
Okay, this is during my school days, but not that happened in my school. Usually that happens at my home. One pleasure that I do, which I get while doing it, is hiding my brother's book, especially his record books. And he will be keep on searching it, and he feels so sad. He feels so dejected and disappointed. He don't know how to find it out. But he knows that I should have done that, but he will keep on complaining, but there are no proof, because he keep on saying that there is no proof whenever he do something. So this is how I used to give it back. Maybe nowadays kids should be doing that even now, but I find that little pleasure while doing it.
Very true. Toastmaster Raka, what is your guilty pleasure?
More than me, the story actually reminded me my younger son's naughty things actually. So here it is always happening between my elder one and younger one. So whenever we bought some chocolates or sweet things which they like, we used to keep it in one place. So after some time, the elder one is actually little calm and quiet and little serious, and he is little elder to him. So what happened is, like, whenever before he is coming to pick up this one, this will be hidden somewhere else. So he used to pick all the chocolates and everything and hiding somewhere before he is coming. Then every time this fight is happening. So whenever any sweet or eatables which is liking by them is my husband is bringing, then I used to divide and keeping in separate box and giving to them. No, don't fight, please don't fight. Otherwise this is happening. So this story is reminding, actually all these stories are reminding this one actually.
Very nice. I have another question. We are running out of time. So yes, another one is, I am little embarrassed to tell this, but I read my dad's messages because I am 21 years old. I am a BTech student and I'm in my final year right now. Tell me, what do engineering students do? They bunk, they watch movies. That's what they do. But the message, my college is, I don't know, they are still childish. So they send a message to my father. Your ward, roll number so and so, Shweta M, is absent for the forenoon classes. Your ward, Shweta M, so and so roll number, is absent for the afternoon classes. What do? My father calls me, and where am I? I'm in the theater, whistling my throat out, watching the Rajnikant's film. It was the first day, first show, I remember. My dad was calling me. I didn't lift up the call. And then he called me 2-3 times. I told him, Dad, I'm a little busy. I'm in the project. I'm in a seminar. I'm with my faculty, so I couldn't lift up the call. That's what I told him. And then if I have to change my father's number, my father has to sign an agreement form. So from then on, I come back home, I delete all the messages which my dad gets from the college, be it fees or be it whatever it is, I don't care. I actually blocked one of the college contacts also. So
Hope nobody's children are listening to this.
I hope this remains in this room. Please. Do you all have any? Do you all have the habit of reading anybody's chats or messages or texts? Not yours. Anybody from the family.
No, I don't
Toastmaster Shweta?
confession, but my child reads mine and my husband's messages. So off late, we've given a good ultimatum, okay, that I'm going to dig into her messages. So let's keep it at that. I'm not going to talk beyond that.
After this online classes started, no, so now actually this is the main job for me. I am sharing his screen to my laptop and seeing this. Otherwise the next screen will be game only. Even today morning we were discussing, me and my husband, how we can stop this. Actually other side, one screen classes are going on, another screen game is going on.
Very true. Yeah. Toastmaster Shweta, do you read others' chats or messages?
Actually, the same thing. Here, kids reads my messages. That's what happens. My mobile is always in WhatsApp web with their PCs. So whatever message I come, I have to make sure that I will tell them, don't read. I always restrict them in reading only the school groups, but it never happens.
Yeah, I do that to my mother's phone also. Toastmaster Susan, you're not talking on you.
I was just thinking what is. I was just trying to recollect what I should speak actually. I remember giving access to my daughter to WhatsApp to make a group for her friends to chat together. Now the phone itself is lost. I don't have that phone with me. It's taken over by her. Now I had to buy a new phone. So that is how things are. So, yes.
Toastmaster Nida?
Leave text messages. I delete emails from my dad's phone. Everything from my university. I delete it then and there. That's what I do.
I can feel you.
Yeah, exactly. We can feel. University students can relate to this.
I know. Toastmaster Chetna, any experience or any confession to make?
Well, no confession kind of, but I like now it's very openly and shamelessly I read all my husband's messages because my husband is so much anti WhatsApp that and we all, especially this COVID time, we all are connected through that, especially our families. And he's someone, when WhatsApp came, all of us were like enthusiastic. Oh, this is something very good. You can share pictures, videos. after 6 months, he downloaded WhatsApp. Oh, this is something good to share documents. I was like, man. So I read all the messages to get the know-hows of the family and friends. So I openly read it. No confession in that. Yeah.
Toastmaster Divya, any confession to make? You're muted.
Divya, you're muted.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Actually, me and my brother, we are very close. So whenever he gives me his phone to call someone or somewhere, international calls more probably. So what I do is immediately, if I disconnect the call, I have a tendency to see his WhatsApp messages, what's going on inside. So I usually do that.
Nice. Toastmaster Narmi, come on, you're a lawyer. Shouldn't be doing something unethical.
Actually, it's okay. No problem. Actually, before getting married, I used to read my dad's messages all the time, making sure that my mom is in a protected and safe zone. And then after getting married, that became a habit, and I'm reading my husband messages. And I wish I can stop. I can't stop, actually.
Habits die hard.
That's actually sweet, but I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, now let's move on. The role players for today's session are Word of the Day by Toastmaster Nida. Prepared speeches are given by Toastmaster Narmeen, Toastmaster Susan, Toastmaster Shweta Ajay, and Toastmaster Raka. The table topics
I just want to clarify something. I was assigned as just the evaluator, right?
No, you were the word master too.
Yeah, my role was changed into the evaluator. Now I'm panicking. Oh my God.
What do we do now?
Yeah, I was the word master initially, but then I became Raka's evaluator in like the matter of.
We can introduce the word, maybe without the presentation or something. Someone can introduce a new word.
I'll do the word master role. I don't have a role anyways.
Okay. And the table topics is done by me. It's my L1P3 active listening. Sorry, L2P2 active listening. And evaluation is done by Toastmaster Chetna, Toastmaster Jisha, Toastmaster Prasad, and Toastmaster Nida. The timer is Toastmaster Divya. Let's be very good to her. It's her first meeting and it's her maiden attempt at being the timer. And the general evaluator is Toastmaster Devjani Ghosh.
Yes, and I'll be evaluating you as well, L2P2 for the table topics, right? Active listening.
Yes. So now, can we have the word of the day, or will it take time?
I'll share the screen.